Darrell Baker whistled a tune while heading for the hotel reception desk. He had struggled to get out of bed, which meant packing in a hurry. Now he intended to enjoy a whole day exploring Mumbai by himself. He handed his room key over to the same skinny receptionist who'd been on duty when he checked in the evening before. Darrell rarely remembered people he regarded as insignificant, but this guy irritated him. He smiled too much and he was doing it again. A false grin that didn't reach the eyes was plastered the width of his long, thin face. "Mr. Baker, I hope you enjoyed your stay. Next time you should try to stay longer." Did he just wink? Nah, surely not. He'd got Darrell's attention, but wasn't waiting for a reply. The guy held out his long-fingered hand. Backing off to avoid touching the cream vellum envelope on offer, Darrell barked, "What's that?" "My bill's being paid for by the company. Check your records." He automatically thrust his hands in his pockets, feeling acid rise to his throat. No way was he paying for a few hours' sleep in a 5-star hotel. He wouldn't have emptied the minibar to counter the jet lag if he'd realized he'd be footing the cost. "Your bill is in order, sir. I was instructed to hand you this letter on checkout. I believe it's a message from your company." Darrell snatched the envelope, letting out a heavy sigh of relief. It wouldn't surprise him if the annoying bloke had already looked inside. Turning his back on the reception desk, he ripped the envelope open. His jaw dropped when he read the contents. "Now?" He spun his head back in the receptionist's direction. But the guy had moved on and was already focusing his pasted-on smile towards someone else. Darrell scrunched the note up tight and threw it at a nearby bin. It missed by a couple of inches, but so what? Darrell turned to go. "You might want to pick that up." He would have ignored the interference, except he recognized the deep baritone Texas accent. This day couldn't get any worse. He spiraled on his heels, eyeing the thrown-away note on the floor next to a pair of brown shoes polished within an inch of their life. Oops, I didn't realize I'd missed." The glowering Earl Spence didn't budge when Darrell bent down to pick up his rubbish. They both knew he didn't believe a word. "We meet in person at last." The silver-grey-haired man with a neatly trimmed moustache was as condescending in person as he was online. Darrell felt a knot tighten in his stomach, already regretting donning Bermuda shorts and a white vest for his day out. How was he to know he'd be meeting the PR officer face-to-face for the first time? Earl was the man Darrell suspected would have a major, if not final, say on his upcoming promotion. In Darrell's mind, the promotion was a foregone conclusion. But something in Earl's tone sent alarm bells shooting through his head. Surely the man wouldn't hold a small thing like tossing a bit of litter against him. Time to reset. Straightening up, he held out his hand. "Wonderful to meet you face-to-face, Mr. Spence. What a coincidence running into you. Are you on vacation?" "Kind of," said the Texan, a tight-lipped grin suggesting there were more shocks to follow. Darrell's hand felt sweaty as Earl's penetrating grip released it. His self-assured confidence was diminishing by the second. "I believe you got our note," Earl said scornfully, staring at the letter in the bin. "You need to wait over there." He inclined his head towards a table upon which a man sporting a white turban was laying tea trays. Darrell recognized the one person already at the table. Pearl Pantone was one of the party he was meant to be meeting on board the cruise ship later. They'd only ever met through online meetings. Trust her to be first. Looking at Earl, Darrell was about to remonstrate and confess that he'd been intending to ignore the note, store his case in the hotel luggage room, and go sightseeing.